Hey guys, this is Woody, and today I'm going to go over a build order. This build is called the 2-staple Sari Rush. This build is plain and simple. You want to get to H2 as fast as you can and Sari Rush until your opponent either surrenders or destroyed by you. I personally use this build a lot in unranked PvP farming. And this build is very effective if you want to win the match in a very short amount of time. Of course, it also depends on how experienced your opponent is. He might be able to counter it effectively and so forth. But this is just a standard build. Just go ahead and try it out and see where it gets you. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we want to do is take those 3 villagers that the game gave you and build a storage right next to a large berry bush pile. So there's 5 berry bush pile there. I'm gonna go ahead and build that storage there. Then take your scout. You want to do a brief circle around your base to spot out the closest tree line, because right after you spot out the closest tree line, the first villager that pops out gonna build your second storage, and the second storage is gonna locate it right next to, you guessed it, right next to closest tree line. All right, take your scout, go ahead and scout out your side of the map first. So just take him and kind of scout out the map, and be ready, because the second villager that pop out from the town center, he's gonna go back to the berry bushes. So you will have 4 villager on berry bush. Then for me personally, I will take any villager that pop out after that will go to the tree line. So it all depends on your level and so forth. If you're a little bit a little bit lower than me, go ahead and have 5 villagers onto the berry bush, just so that you could not only sustain reproduction of villagers, but able to actually increasing food resources to be able to age to H2. Also, if you're higher level than me, if you're level 40, go ahead and leave 3 villagers on the berry bush, and you'll still be able to possibly get the same result. Okay, so take my scouting out my own side of the map. This is very important, guys. I see a lot of new players scouting out the enemy 30 seconds into the game. There's no point scouting your enemy 30 seconds into the game, because what's gonna happen is you have nothing to destroy him yet, okay? And he is practically building nothing at 30-second mark. So you want to wait just a little bit, at least scout out your opponent after the 1-minute mark. Okay, there's more important things that you could actually do with your scout during that time, like for example grabbing the sheeps, okay, scouting out the important resources that you need, okay, and also scouting out all the passages that leads into your base. So while I'm doing that, I'm just kind of waiting for my food and wood to kind of go hand to hand to be able to get to 200 each a piece, so I can not level up, but age up to H2. So I'm eagerly waiting to get to H2, because then I could build my Saris and also the houses and so forth. So once I'm aging, this is very crucial, because there's some changes about to happen. The last villager that producing from the town center, you're gonna take her or him and build the 3rd storage right next to your gold mine. Okay, take all villagers off from food except for 2. So right now I'm only leaving 1 there, because I'm gonna just in a sec I'm gonna take the villager from the gold and drag her to farm the sheep as well. So I'm having 1 villager switching her over to sheep, because like I said from my previously broadcast, that sheep or animals do give you faster food, okay, do give you faster gather rate. I'm gonna take that second villager from the gold and gather food as well. 2 villager on food, gather food, rest villagers on wood, because you need to build that staple right when you age. You want to have about 300 wood for that advance. So once I aged, go ahead and build that first staples. You want to have about 3 villagers on that staples, so you can finish that as fast as you could. A lot of mistake I see new player make is they like to have 1 villager building the military production facility. That just takes forever. So you want to have 3 villagers on that, because once that those villagers finish, they can move on to do other things. Okay, so drag only keep 3 villagers onto wood, 3 villagers building that staples, and rest of villagers move on to food. After you age, food is very crucial, because per production cycle of a Sari and also a villager will cost you more than 90 food. So that's why you want to have a lot of villagers on food now, because once that staple is built, you're going to use food non-stop. Okay. So waiting for that staple to build, and as soon as that staple build, you want to pop out your first Saris, because you want to rush them. Okay, this is why we call the Sari rush. So at 3-minute mark, around 3-minute to 3-minute and 30-second mark, you want to be able to start popping up Saris and pretty much gather them up, have 2 to 3, and then race them across the map. Okay, so right now, not only that, you have to pay attention to wood, because you want to go ahead and build that second staple, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you continuously to gather food and also gold hand to hand, because Saris cost a lot of gold and also food. So I have 2 Saris now. I'm gonna go ahead and race those Saris across the map, and at the same time, you want to redistribute those villagers. You want to take 2 villagers off wood and send them either gather gold or food, and then you also want to balance out resources so you can produce those Saris. At the same time, you want to have one villager to you want to have some villagers to continue produce a second to produce the second staple, and also produce houses and so forth. 2 things you want to be aware as you're rushing with your Saris. First, you want to continue to reproduce Saris. And second, you want to attack your enemy in this order. Okay, you want to first attack the villager that's producing military facilities, and then after that, you want to attack any villagers that's gathering resources. So at this point, my friend Alpha Wolf here, he knows what is going to happen, because I'm pretty much just gonna go overwhelm him with Saris. And pretty much he is going to lose the match if he drags this on, because we're just not going to stop producing those Saris. More Saris going to come over and going to take out any villager that he has, and just going to go back and forth and harass him and kill all his villagers. And I mean, he goes ahead and surrenders. Guys, try this build out. Bubble used this a lot. I mean, this build is Zula wrote on the forum about this build. It's just a very, very nice build if you're going to do some unranked PvP in the Sparta arena. The match only lasted 5 minutes, and that's 30,000 XP in addition to the Sparta points you'll be gaining. At this point, I just want to give a quick shout out to my friend Alpha Wolf for being in this video and continually supporting our channel. Also Badass Killa for providing me with some sick low-level epic items. And I just want to say thank you everyone that's subscribed and continuously watching our channel. Thank you guys so much for the support. Anyways, this is Wu D. Peace out.